In this tutorial, we are going to learn how to convert the string to an integer. This is so common when you are trying to doing some coding in Python, because most of the time we need to convert those strings to integer so that you can do a lot of different kind of operation in your Python program. Okay, so basically we will use a function called int. The int is the built-in function in your Python program. Okay, you didn't need to install or import to your Python program. Instead, it is built in when you initiate to write the Python or install the PyCharm in your Mac or computer. So let's just take a look at the below example so that we understand how it works. This tutorial for absolute beginners. I hope if you already know how to operate the string, you can skip this tutorial, but not if you are not, just follow this tutorial and I will teach you step by step how to use the int function. So now you can see I just make the variable called integer as string equal to 234566. This just obviously look like an integer, but actually it is a string because we have a double quote in this number. So if you don't really understand what is data type, you can just take the reference of my other tutorial, but basically it just means it is a bunch of characters, okay, in the variables. So now I just trying to print it out, print the integer, and trying to pass an integer at 1000. Let's see the result. And now you can see there are some error, the typed error. The error of the Python program just say it cannot be do such kind of operation because they are in different type. So we need to use the int function, just have a bracket with the integer as string, so that we run the program again. Now you can see the result is 235566. That is what you expect it to be, right? Just do the simple addition. You know that is the actual result of this two integer addition. So now I hope you understand only the integer as a string can be converted to an real integer in Python. So let me just show you another example, which I trying to define a string look like a number, but actually it is not a number. So I define a variable sample string, and then inside the double quote, I put in 1, 2, 3, ABC. You obviously know that this is not an integer, right? It just have mixed it with an integer and some alphabet, and then become a mixture of integer and string. So that's just trying to test if we can use the integer conversion function to convert the sample string variable to a real integer. Okay, so I try to use the int function again and try to just comment some code I did it before, so that it just don't get messed. So now the result, you can see we have a value error. It just say it is invalid literal for int with base 10. So what is base 10? It's just something, is a system. We have base binary system, we have base 8, base 16, and base 10. But in our normal life, we usually use base 10 system for our calculation. So it detects it is not under base 10, so it can't do the conversion. Another example I'm going to show you is how to convert like a float number, like 3.14, to an integer. So I guess you know what is 3.14. That is the, when you calculate the area of the circle, this is the pi number, right? So I define an integer flow as strength equal to 3.14 and try to use the int conversion function convert this flow values to an integer. And when we run the program, it throws the error again. That is the value error. It says this is invalid because 3.14 is not belong to the base 10 integer system. So we can get to the conclusion only integer can be converted with the base 10. Remember that, because you will face a lot of similar error in your Python coding journey. You will face a lot of similar error because you need to always convert the number in different kind of data type, like strength to integer or integer to strength. So you must really familiar with this kind of conversion. Now I'm just going to show you one more example. That is how to convert a list of integer. That means I'm trying to define a list. If you don't know what is a list, just take the tutorial I've prepared in the course. But now you need to know integer strength list. I'm trying to put 5 strength values into the list: 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. Obviously, they belong to the even numbers, right? So now I'm trying to use the for loop to convert the strength value to an integer one by one. Okay, we are going to use the for loop. If you don't know what is a for loop, remember to check out the tutorial I prepared before so that you understand how the for loop work. So now I'm trying to using the int function again and define a variable x. X just trying to loop out those values in the list and convert them one by one. And as a result, now those values stored in the integer list should be all integer. Let's just verify the result. We're trying to print it out, and okay, I'm just trying to comment those code before so that we don't just make you confused. Now you can see the result store all the integer, right? The 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Or now I just print it out before the conversion, the strength list. And now you can see the strength value will have a single code so that it belongs to a strength values. But the real integer list is a real integer stored in the list. I hope this tutorial helps you to understand how to use the int function in the strength and also in the list, and hope it can help you to familiar with all of this.